Now we are discussing about the monostable multivibrator. This is lecture 3, paper EL 4501, unit 4, and this is in CIA2 exam. In last lecture we already discussed about the what is multivibrator. I just repeat, multivibrator are two-stage switching circuit in which the output of the first stage is fed to the input of the second stage. Here three types of the multivibrator mainly. First one is the astable that we already discussed. Second one is the monostable we discussed in this lecture, and the third one is the bistable. In the next lecture we discuss about the bistable. So I just repeat, in astable there is no stable state. That means the astable, it is also known as the free running multivibrator. Free running multivibrator which generates the square wave without any external triggering pulse. That means in astable multivibrator there is no need of any external generator. But in monostable and in bistable there is a need of external generator. That means we can trigger the circuit with externally signal. But in astable it is a free running multivibrator. There is no need of any external generator. Now we are discussing about the monostable. What is monostable multivibrator? So the monostable multivibrator has one stable state. Here in monostable multivibrator has one stable state and one quasi stable state. That means, what is the meaning of this? With the help of external generator we can change the state. Here in astable there is no stable state, and hence there is no need of any type of the external signal. It is also known as one shot multivibrator or univibrator. Monostable there is only one stable state, so it is also known as one shot multivibrator, or we can also say univibrator. Uni means one. It remains in its stable state until an input pulse trigger it into its quasi-stable state for a time duration determined by the discharging of the RC circuit, and the circuit returns to its original stable state automatically. What is the meaning of this? There is a one stable state. So to change this there is a need of external signal. When we are applying an external signal through the external generator, it changes its state from one state to other state. Now what is RC? RC is different circuit parts. We will discuss in the when we are discussing about the circuit diagram of the monostable multivibrator. That means when it is switched on, it remains there, its state, until the next trigger pulse is applied. Hence, a monostable multivibrator cannot generate square wave of its own like an astable multivibrator. Only external trigger pulse, due to the external, only through this external trigger pulse will cause it to generate the rectangular waveform. Now we are discussing about the circuit diagram of the monostable multivibrator. So this is the circuit of monostable multivibrator. See here, what is inside this circuit? There is a external trigger pulse generator. This is our input trigger pulse, which is through this C2 applied to the base of the transistor Q1, right? Here there are two NPN transistors which is connected back to back. That means the collector of the first, it is connected to the base of the second, and the collector of second, it is connected to the base of first transistor Q1 and Q2, right? That means this is known as back to back connection of the two transistor. RC1, that means collector resistance of the transistor Q1. RC2, that means collector resistance of the transistor Q2. What is this R and C? R and C is the charging and discharging through this RC, right? RC1, RC2, you know, C1 and R1. Here there is a minus VBB, it is applied to the here, right? What is the function of this? We will discuss in the later on, right? Now here through this C2 we are applying the input trigger pulse. That means external generator will generate the trigger pulse and it is given to the transistor Q1. Now from the figure, it consists of two identical transistors, this Q1 and Q2, with equal collector resistance. Collector resistance RC1 and RC2. With equal collector resistance RC1 and RC2, the output of Q2 is coupled to the input at the base of Q1 through a resistive attenuator in which C1 is a small speed up capacitor. This is your C1. It is a speed up capacitor. This is known as speed up capacitor. That what is, how to increase the speed up? It is the speed up for the transition. Transition means converting one form to another form. The value of R2 and minus VBB are chosen so as to reverse bias Q1 and keep it in the off state through this, the value of R2 and minus VBB. The collector supply plus VCC and R will forward bias Q2 and keep it in on state through this VCC and R. These two will forward bias the Q2. See here, this VCC and R, this terminal, it is connected to the base of the transistor Q2. So this is used for the switch on the Q2. That means Q2 is in saturation. Saturation means switched on the transistor. Transistor is in on condition. This is the meaning of the saturation. That means this is the actual stable state for the circuit. So when we switched on VCC, at that time through this VCC, the current passing through the base of the transistor IB2 and Q2 is in on condition, and this is our stable state for the circuit. Now when the positive trigger pulse of short duration and sufficient magnitude is applied to the base of Q1. Now what happened? We are applying the trigger pulse. This is now first stable state. Now we are applying the this pulse through C2 to the base of the transistor Q1 here, right? Base of the Q1 through C2, then the transistor Q1 starts conducting. At that time, transistor Q1 is in on condition because of proper voltage applied to the base of the transistor. Hence, the Q1 starts conducting and thereby increasing the voltage at its collector Vc1, which is coupled to the base of Q2 through the capacitor C. That means when it is in on condition due to the applying trigger pulse, right? At that time, this is in on condition. When this is in on condition, the voltage is passing through here. So there is a Vc1. Vc1 is nearly 0. So this is in on condition. So this voltage which is given to the base here, it is nearly very less to on switched on the Q2. So at that time Q2 is switched off. I repeat, initial condition, we already said that Q2 is in on condition. Now we are applying the trigger pulse here. Through this trigger pulse, this is on. When Q1 is on, hence the voltage which is here VCC, this is passing through the transistor. Hence the voltage here is very less, nearly 0, because it is passed. Because of this is on. That means this is saturation voltage. Vc1 is saturation voltage, and this voltage it is connected to the base of the transistor Q2. Hence Q2 is now off because the voltage coming here is very less. This decreases the forward bias on Q2 and its collector current decreases. The increasing positive potential on the collector of Q2 is applied to the base of Q1 through R1. This further increases the base potential of Q1 and Q1 is quickly driven to the saturation and Q2 to the cutoff. So in this way, Q2 is in cutoff mode. That means it is in switched off. When this is switched off, the voltage is collecting here. This voltage is Vc2. It is equal to the supply voltage Vcc, and this is on. When this is on, that means this Vc1 is in saturation mode. Vc1 saturated is very less, nearly 0, and this is on and this is off. Next level, the capacitor C is charged to approximately plus Vcc through the path Vcc, R and Q1. Through the path Vcc, R and Q1. As the capacitor C this is discharged, the base of Q2 is forward bias. This is forward bias, and collector current starts to flow into Q2, and collector current pass through the Q2. Hence the Q2 is quickly driven to the saturation and Q1 is cut off. That means this is in on condition and this is in off condition. This is the stable state for the circuit and remains in this condition until another trigger pulse causes the circuit to switch over the state. It is remains there, and again when we again given to the trigger this triggers pulse, this is through this, and again this is in on condition. When this is in on condition, Vc1 is saturation. That means this voltage it is given here. That means this Q2 transistor is now in off condition. Q2 is now in off condition. According to the graph, in terms of graph, see here, this is the graph of this, right? Initial condition, when Q2 is on, when Q2 is on, when Q2 is on, at that time, what is the value of Vc2? That means transistor 2, collector of transistor 2 voltage. transistor to voltage. If the transistor is on, there is nearly zero voltage. That means this is your, see here, the voltage is very small. Voltage is very small, right? Which is known as VCE saturation, right? At that time, what is the value of VC1? What is the value of VC1? This is your VC1. It is your maximum because Q1 is off. Because Q1 is off, hence the voltage across the collector of the Q1 is maximum. What is the value of maximum? Plus VCC, whatever the supply we are applying. So VCC, up to VCC, it is in on condition, right? And the base voltage is nearly less than the zero, and the same time the VBE, base emitter voltage, VB2, base emitter voltage, it is also in saturation mode. Now when we are applying trigger pulse, at that time, what happened at that time? When we are applying trigger pulse, at that time Q1 is on and Q2 is off. When Q1 is on, that means the collector of transistor Q1, it is nearly zero, it is VCE saturation. So see here, when it is on, the voltage is VCE saturation is nearly zero, very lesser value because transistor is on condition. When Q1 is on, at that time what happened? The Q2 voltage collector of Q2, it is maximum. Why it is maximum? Because Q2 is in off condition. Q2 is in off condition. See here circuit. If Q2 is off, this is not in working condition, this is cut off. When this is cut off, this VCC, it is maximum here. So we can say that VC2 is maximum. VC2 is maximum because this is off condition. The current is not passing. Q2 is cut off. અહીંયાથી જ અટકી જાય છે, right? Same way, when again we are applying trigger pulse, when we are again applying trigger pulse, again Q1 is off and Q2 is on. In this way this circuit works. Thank you. Again, sorry, there is some applications. These applications of the, what is the applications of the monostable multivibrator? So first application, the monostable multivibrator is used to function as an adjustable pulse, adjustable width generator. That means pulse width we can adjust depending upon the which type of the pulse we are applying. By changing the pulse value, we can change the pulse width, that means output. Second application, see this is the applications. Second application, it is used to generate uniform width pulse from a variable width input pulse. So it generates uniform width pulse. This is our second application. Third application, it is used to generate clean and sharp pulse from the distorted pulse. So the output is sharp and clean pulses. We are getting rectangular wave in output. We are getting rectangular wave in output. And the last example, last application is, it is used as a time delay unit. It is used as a time delay, it is used as a time delay unit because it produces a transition at a fixed time after the trigger signal, because it produce a transition at a fixed time after the trigger signal. These are the four main applications of the monostable multivibrator. Thank you.